Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to Coach's Corner as we continue the 2013 football season. The Robert E. Lee Red Raiders are home Friday night, Game 2 of District 12 5A as they host the North Mesquite Stallions at Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. The Red Raiders are coming off a tough one this past week. They lose to the Horn Jaguars 49-21 at E.H. Hanby Stadium in Mesquite, and Coach Darrell Piske is with us. You started out great, though. 14-6. Really encouraging start to that ball.
Yeah, the kids, you know, hopefully they figured it out now. We turned the ball over at the wrong time there and gave them some momentum, and then fumbled the kickoff, let them strip the kickoff from us, and went from, you know, a lead to a deficit. And so playing against a good Horn team, you just can't do that kind of, you know, do those kind of things. Really, this youth movement's about to drive me crazy, but, you know, in the end, I think it's going to work out good.
I think 48-21 was the final score, but yeah, talk a little bit about that. I mean, you had another, I think, two more sophomores in the game. Tyree Grayson started at slot, played a lot on Friday.
That's right, and it was trying to get, you know, get more of a threat out there at the Y position, and so we put Tyreek inside, and you know, he got his bell rung pretty good early, and really on film you can't see, you know, which direction he's laying. It looks like they knocked his head off because you just see his helmet laying over there. But you know, he's tough as nails. I went out there on the field checking on him. Really thought best case scenario he's got a concussion, and he's setting up griping because they're telling him he's got to go out one place. So he's going to be fine. He probably had a little first game jitters and that kind of thing. Dropped a couple of option pitches later on in the game at key times, but he's going to be a good one.
You knew, though, that there would be some of those kind of growing pains, right?
Yeah, and then you know, you throw the option stuff in the mix, and there's always going to be a chance to put the ball on the ground. It's not like we don't, you know, hammer them in practice when they put the ball on the ground. Everybody does belly flops, the whole team, and you know, you stay on top of it and try to make it something that they're conscious of, you know, during the game and ball security. But, you know, when you're putting the ball, pitching it around, doing that kind of thing, those things are going to happen.
But as good as they are, you proved, did you not, to yourself that in the first two quarters of that game, you compete with them very well. Take away the mistakes, and you were very competitive in that.
Well,
game.
and that's what we told the kids Saturday. What they got to figure out is if we're going to get better at that stuff, and these young guys are going to get really, now they're not sophomores anymore. They're almost juniors football wise. They've played 5 football games, so they're going to get better and better. And really, we're going to win some district games. We're going to get in the playoffs, and by the time we get in the playoffs, we could be a pretty tough out for people because the kids just get after it and play hard.
What about it was a very physical game, or at least appeared to be from my vantage point. A number of guys on both teams were helped off the field Friday night. How did you come out of that game injury-wise?
Well, we'll know more on Teddy Matlock. You know, twist his knee and stuff, and so he'll get an MRI and stuff today and figure out more stuff on that. And then you know, Jerry Viella got hit pretty good, and you know, see on that. But other than that, it's just, you know, bumps and bruises and things you get when you're out there in the war with a bunch of, you know, good football players on the other side. So really, I was proud of our guys, the way they battled and competed, and you know, just those mistakes at the wrong time swung the momentum, and you just can't get it back sometimes.
I guess, what about Zach Hall? What happened to Zach? He was in and out of the lineup after.
Yeah, he just got a little thigh bruise, and you tried to battle through it. You know, and then of course you come back here in the third quarter. You know, I look up and we drive down the field, and you know, we score right there. We're back in the game, down by 6, I believe, if we score there, and then we throw that interception. And that's what Zach's got to continue to do in the passing game. He's got to identify his reads. The receiver made the right read in the game. I'm trying to figure out in live action why the receiver didn't stop and catch the football, but he actually, DeAndre made the right read, and Zach, you know, didn't make the right read, and he should have thrown the cruise route. Instead, he tried to throw it to that outside guy, which never, you know, went right to their corner, and that big momentum killer right there.
What about you know, it takes a team to really do well, and you've got 2 veteran guys backing up Zach Hall, and both of those guys came in and contributed. Riley Poster and Trevor Carr on Friday night, and I guess they really deserve a round of applause.
Yeah, really. I mean, and that's what they, you know, that's what we try to talk to them about keeping their head up and stuff, because they're, you know, they are one play away from having to get in the football game and try to lead the team, and they both kind of do things different. You know, Riley's not going to be the run threat, but he can operate the offense and throw it, and Trevor's more of a run threat. You know, at quarterback. So those guys, they just have to be ready. You know, every kid, that's what we try to tell them, from linebacker to safety to whatever, you're one play away from being the starter. So you can't pout about not being the starter. You show up every day to practice, and you work hard to try to beat that guy out, and if you don't, then you contribute on special teams and do stuff like that, waiting on your chance. And when you get your chance, take advantage of it.
Now tell me about the fake field goal. From my vantage point, make sure I got this right, because I had Chris Bloss, the kicker, wears 41,
Yeah.
and Trevor Carr wears 11.
Yeah.
Did you not sneak those guys out there? Because you fooled me. And Bloss is lined up as the holder, right?
Yeah, and then I thought the ref.
And Carr's standing back there as the kicker, and they didn't. The Horn guys didn't notice that either, did they?
Yeah, no.
Is that right? Am I right about that?
Yeah, you're exactly right. They, we didn't have a guy on the field, so we had to call timeout. And I was worried it was going to give it away now, and we called timeout. But we went ahead and went for it, I thought the ref was going to take too long setting the ball into play, and they were going to figure it out, because it's.
Let's set it up again. It's 4th down. And you're going to try
30,
right. You're going to try what appears to be a 47-yard field goal or something like that.
Pre-game,
right?
He was pretty good from that 30-yard mark.
So they come out. Bloss lines up to kick. Then the timeout's called. Was that planned or not?
No, that wasn't. We didn't have enough men on the field. At the time we were going to kick it.
Okay, you were going to kick it.
Yeah, we started out. We were going to kick it. No, we're not that smart to orchestrate all that.
So now you call a timeout, and then what goes on from there?
Well, Leach said, "Hey, they're set up for it." Donnie does the offensive special teams. He said, "I'm telling you, they're set up for it." And I said, "Well, let's go for it." And so we made our little switch. We'd put it on during the week, and it worked out.
The kicker's lined up as the holder.
Yep.
But he's got his number looks a lot like Carr's, 4-1 and 1-1.
Yeah,
that's part of the deception, was it?
Well,
not?
I don't think.
Not
so.
really.
I mean, if Donnie's
you're just hoping they don't notice that,
that's
though, right? Basically, that the other team doesn't really
run them
that
off
out.
late. Set the whistle, bam, here it goes, and they went for it. And kind of like that hidden player trick we fell for the week before. In Texas, how you think we'd notice that, but sometimes you don't.
Right. Well, it all happens so fast, and So anyway, they snap the ball to Trevor Carr. And then what happens?
He throws it to Oswan Barker, who gets down to about the 2-yard line, I think it was, and he sure wanted to score and gave a good effort. But it worked out pretty good. Oswan's a pretty good receiver.
He is, and you did score on that play.
No, we got down to the 2 and then put our Raider offense in and had to plug it in. They marked
right,
it
but
out
you scored 2 plays later?
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And but anyway, the fake field goal worked.
Yeah, that's right.
And that helped you build a 14-6 lead. Anyway, I wasn't sure whether I had that right or not. I'm not as dumb as I look then.
No, you're pretty perceptive. A lot more perceptive than a lot of us are.
Well, but again, it's funny. The thing about a football game, and people don't get this, but they sit in the stands. And they see these open receivers, and they're going, how come the quarterback can't see that?
Yeah.
Well, it's a whole different. When you're down on the field.
When you're down there in the heat of battle, you got a lot of things going on and stuff like that, and you got 25 seconds to get the play call, and you got to figure in a lot of variables when you're calling that play or calling that defense. You got reports printed out telling you what their tendencies are. Well, they know what their tendencies are too. So it's pretty fun down there.
But if you're playing, let's say you're playing quarterback. You can see it from 100 feet up or 50 feet up.
Without any big guys coming
Without big guys coming at you, because you're looking down. But if you're the quarterback and you're at ground level and guys are flashing in front of you and the play's going, occasionally people go, how could he not see that wide open receiver? Well, try it sometime, right?
Well, that's the thing about, I didn't play quarterback and stuff, so I've coached quarterbacks a long time, so I stand behind them during pass hull and with team pass and stuff and try to see what they're seeing.
Right.
And, Zach's not like he's a big, tall guy going to look over them, so you got to find lanes.
Right.
And that's why it's important that, he recognize and get his pre-snap, get his read on pre-snap so he can kind of locate the general area and stuff. And he'll continue to get better at that. But, that's what we tell them all the time, just like when we run our little tunnel screens and the quarterback will throw a bullet out there to the wide out instead of a catchable ball. And I try to explain to them, hey, they're not very tough. That's why they're out wide. They're not like these big old linemen. So give them a catchable ball. They're running into people that are pretty big, wanting to kill them. So same thing at quarterback. You got to understand that those guys they got to really have vision to see, not look at your rush and just kind of feel that rush. And that takes time to develop that.
I bet. Yeah, think about that. I mean, you got. What does your mom always say? Eyes in the back. I've got eyes in the back of my head.
Yeah. You better have them everywhere there. And like I say, the speed of the game's so much different than it was their freshman year. And Zach and those guys, Tavon, and all those young guys, they just have to continue to get used to it.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons. Anyway, you take an end zone camera view. That
Yeah,
helps
that's right.
everybody.
Oh,
too,
yeah, that
doesn't it?
helps linemen. That helps everybody see. You know, it's a good angle.
All right, let's roll the tape. The Red Raiders again against a very good Horn team, undefeated, 48-21. Robert E. Lee jumped out to a lead in that game. Mistakes, of course, in the end turned the tide, but it was a pretty entertaining football game Friday night. Red Raiders in the white uniforms on the road here, and you're on offense.
This is Zach Hall to Bryce right here. You know, this is Zach. Something Zach's going to continue to get better at and learn is that when he gets flushed, they came off the edge, keep his eyes upfield, find the open guy. Bryce does a good job working to the quarterback, getting open there. So
Is this the first drive?
I think so.
That was
yeah.
a 15-play, 6.5-minute drive.
Yeah, it was pretty good. We needed a few more of them, and we had some of them. We just turned the ball over. But that's where Zach's going to be really good. He's just going to get better and better. And of course, Bryce, you know, had a good game.
Now here we go. This is the fake field goal, right?
Yep. And so Trevor Card there, and of course Bloss is down there on the knee. Isawan's there at the up back.
Yeah, Carr's lined up as the kicker. He's a quarterback, and he's the guy standing up.
Does a good job.
Bang, bang, right there.
Yep.
Wide open.
He almost gets in. They knock him out there about the 2.
That's just great coaching, isn't it?
That's all it was just good coaching. Didn't have anything to do with him being wide open. But no, Donnie, I mean, that's special team guys. Strickland on the defensive side and Leach on the offensive side. They do a good job of watching film and paying attention to what works. And then, you know, we got to trust it. Kind of like last week against Texas High, we talked about maybe faking that punt that we just needed to get off. But and then this is Tavon Wesley. You got DeAndre Benson, Tristan Taylor in the backfield there. Tavon gets in. I believe that was on 3rd and 1. You know, Tavon sees him a little crease there and running downhill, running hard, ought to always be able to make a yard, you'd think. Another defensive play here, probably Tristan Taylor, I think. Yeah.
He's had a great season.
He really has. He's been pretty solid.
And the kicker with him is now there he's playing defensive end, but you play him at nose tackle too.
He may be at nose. He may be at the left end. He just, you know, Coach Reed does a good job of moving him around.
Tristan's, what, about 6'2"? Is he that tall?
He might be that tall and pretty solid. I don't know his exact weight, but he plays good. Understands leverage, uses his hand good. Here's Isawan on defense. Now, he gets a little highlight here for breaking this play up, but if you'll notice, he gets his little hips off, and really he's beat right there, and luckily had some pressure on the quarterback when he comes back and makes up for it.
Good play in the end.
Yeah, that's right. All worked out. Of course, it's just team defense. Defense, I thought, played pretty good. And that's a good Mesquite Horn offense. We put them in a bind several times. Had one scoop and score go against us. So really, against a really good team, they played pretty well. They're getting better. Played the deep ball better. Got beat one time on a post route. But, you know, we broke up the deep ball a few times.
And that kid is a senior quarterback, Destry White.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Strong.
Now there's a young man, 28, who's playing out there for you.
DeAndre Benson.
Who played his first varsity games.
Yeah,
Friday
that's
night,
right. He came over now to see Tristan here at the nose now. Yeah, DeAndre's going to be all right. He's a good big body. He just hustles. You'll watch him. There's Tristan breaking through, making a good play. You know, we give him a hard time. He makes a great play here, and we tell him, hey, if they don't block you, the chances are you better make that play. But he's pretty quick, comes off the ball good. Here's Zach making a good run. One little trip there. I think he might have gone to the house if he'd have been able to get by that one free.
Should he have stayed on a straight line and just run?
You can't tell. You just really, when you get those guys, I wasn't one of them, but usually when you got one that's really good and can run, you can't tell them what to do. You just got to let them go. Sometimes they'll screw it up.
He was working at it, though. That's a 40-yard gain, by the way. Got you out of a deep hole,
Yeah,
too.
That's right. Here's Tavon here.
This is the touchdown
Really,
run.
what surprised me here, Tavon, they didn't catch him. And that's not a knock towards Tavon. They got some pretty fast guys, and he showed pretty good speed, which is good for us.
He's kind of a good combination of both, too.
Yeah, he's got good power and
Fast enough.
yes, and just a good kid.
There you go.
He didn't get to play a whole lot second half. Got his bell rung a little bit, and
Well, he's a dandy.
Roderick Gaines came in, rotates in at linebacker, came in place of Teddy Madlock. Makes a good play. So Laveley breaks up the ball here. Like I say, secondary, I was pleased. They're getting better.
Which, by the way, you got Patrick Udofio.
Yeah, he
back.
got some snaps the other night. Boy, that was good to see. Get him out there and get some snaps. Weeks, of course, played the whole game there. We thought we was going to ease him into it, but I guess that's what you call easing into it when you're 6'5". And
He played the whole game, didn't
yeah,
he?
he did.
Yeah.
Not much easing into it when you're an animal and you got to.
He's a left tackle, by the way.
Yeah, he's
going.
here's Riley there stepping in right before half, and Bryce does a good job here, making a guy miss and then using his speed to get on down the sidelines.
And Riley's got experience. He played last year.
Yeah, that's right. Stays calm. Bryce makes that one guy miss there and puts a good move on a pretty good safety there. We just got to keep getting him the football in different ways.
And that was a problem last year. Couldn't get him the ball.
Yeah, that's right. So now we're able to get it to him. It's just a tight angle here.
Now, Riley's coming off the bench here basically cold.
Yeah.
So good for him to have the presence of mind to make a nice throw here. And then Wilkerson did a good job. Got it off quick, too,
Yeah,
didn't he?
yeah,
Quickly.
had to. Once Bryce gets free, he's hard to catch. Defensive highlight is John Samples here up there at the top defensive end. He's going to be a good one. He's big, strong, pretty athletic. Really, our D-line's playing pretty well. Linebackers are being pretty consistent. Secondary's getting better, so we'll just got to continue to improve. Need a win this week.
Yes, you
DeAndre
do.
Benson, here's the new
Benson.
guy right here. Pretty good speed.
That was a good, nice play. He's 28, kind of top of the screen,
Yeah, he's stunting here.
just behind 64. He's moving into the hole. There you go. The Horn Jags, who are now 5-0, they're a state-ranked football team, wound up winning at 48-21. That leaves you at 3-2, but more importantly, 0-1 in district play, and that really makes Friday night critical, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, when you get this time, that's what try to help the kids understand is as much as you want to win that game last week against Horn, they're one of the district favorites, so you just know you got to beat the people that you need to beat, and so we got to go get this next one. You don't want to fall to 0-2. That puts you in a big bind knowing you got to get probably 3 wins to get in the playoffs. So you want to get them quick as you can and then relax and try to go for something special. So it's going to be a big one Friday night.
Remember, before the realignment 2 years ago, this was a 6-team, 5-game district, so winning 2 games would get you in at that point.
Yeah.
But now with 7 teams and 6 games, you really need to somehow figure out a way to win 3 of those babies,
right.
don't you?
That's right. And, of course, Longview and Mesquite Horn are up there, the upper echelon in the district right now, and I think the rest of us, it's a pretty even dogfight.
Right.
Who shows up on the Friday night and doesn't turn the ball over and gets after it till the whistle blows, probably going to come out on top.
What do you think after the first week of results, the winners were Longview,
Expected,
as expected, at home, and then Rockwall beat Rockwall Heath, but Rockwall may have lost their star running back.
Yeah, don't know much. I know he didn't score the last 2 touchdowns, so don't know, how severe his injury is. I hope it's not, too bad. He's a good football player, but they hung on to beat Heath 24-20, and Horn beating us. So, that Rockwall Heath kind of exemplifies how I think a lot of the games are going to go when we all match up with each other, because we're so evenly matched. They're going to be dogfights to the end, and somebody's going to have to make plays. I know Rockwall made some stops at the end to keep Heath out of the end zone to end up, securing the victory.
Do Longview and Horn appear to be the 2 best teams in the district right
Well,
now?
I mean, you thought that going in, but, like I told kids Saturday, heck, I thought that going in. Then you look, and if we don't turn the dang ball over, we play with Horn, and we're in the contest. So I think, we've got a chance to be pretty good, and if we'll just continue to improve and quit making those mistakes at the wrong time, which sounds cliche, but we keep, we've done it a couple of times now and got our tail beat.
Yeah, that's been really the character in the 2 losses, to JT and to Horn. Mistakes have just been. There've been like a total of 8 turnovers in those 2 ball games.
Yeah, I mean, our corner the other night, we go from really, you think you're in control in a good football game against a good football team, and then, you have a scoop and score, then you fumble the next kickoff, and I think we drove down and pitched the ball again, dropped the pitch, they end up getting it again. So, those are drive killers and momentum killers, and you can't do that against good football teams, and Mesquite Horn's a good one.
So you think, from an injury point of view, you don't see any, you hope that as many guys as were banged up Friday night that you didn't lose anybody, perhaps?
Well, yeah, and like I say, Teddy's the only one, got
Teddy
me concerned.
Matlock,
Yeah, just that old knee, it's not really made for athletics and football, but hopefully we'll know that. I thought we'd know Saturday, but they had to put it off, and they're going to do it on Monday.
He's an outside backer.
Yeah, outside
right?
linebacker, played for us last year, and he's a junior. And, he's just a tough one. He's the one I told you last year that we tried to, see if anybody had fight or anything and get after it in practice. And really, Teddy was the one that stepped up and answered it. And so he's just a competitor. He gets after it, good kid, so we hope the best for him.
Yeah, absolutely. A very good kid. Now, when you talk about North Mesquite, they had a week off. They had their bye week, the first week of district. They're like 2-2.
No, they're 4-0.
Are they 4-0?
Yeah, they're 4-0. Hadn't lost a football game. So last game, South Garland beat them 30-0. They run the football. They got number 5 and 22, 2 good backs. They're getting 2-back gun stuff, and really they're about 85% run and do a good job at it. O-line's big, 70 and 73. 2 big old guys that get after it pretty good. And then you look at the defensive side, and 44 and 94 up front, they're like Energizer bunnies. I mean, if they get blocked, they don't stay blocked, and they just fly to the football, 11 of them on defense. I think they had 8 returning starters on defense, something like that.
Well, and a little bit like you in that they've missed, your Red Raiders missed the playoffs for a couple of years. They're really hungry to try to get back, just like you are, to get back in the tournament, right?
Yeah, and they're 4-0 and got a lot of confidence, and it's going to be a tough one. We just got to show up and play our best football and don't turn it over. We're due a good game where we don't turn the ball over. So if we do that, then we'll have a chance at the end of the game.
When you guys are playing well, what's most excites you about this football team?
Really just how explosive we can be.
Yeah.
Offensively. We got several guys that can take it the distance at any moment, and so if we don't put it on the ground, and we can control it, you look at that first drive, 13, 15 play drive.
15 plays.
We can do that because we got so many guys that can go and so many weapons we can get it to, and really if we don't put it on the ground, we're hard to stop.
How much better is this team than the Red Raiders this time a year ago?
Well, I think, defensively we're better. We play the run pretty good and getting better against the pass, and offensively we're a lot more balanced. And so, we're not just turning around pitching it to the tailback, 30 times a game and try to make that happen. We can spread it out and make the defense have to defend the whole field, which is helping us if we'll just hang on the football.
Let's talk about the kickers a bit. Chris Bloss, last year you had Lumi Kaba, and he has a huge leg. Talk about the special teams in that
Chris,
area.
Really, Chris, now I wear him out during the game on Friday night. He gets pretty good chewing when he don't pooch it where we want him to pooch it and stuff like that, but he's handled it pretty good. But he's going to be pretty good, just a sophomore, and he's done a good job on the extra points. And really, the last field goal we attempted the other night, he didn't hit it worth anything. But pregame, you're looking, he's ball on the 30, about a
He still made
47
it though,
yarder.
didn't he?
No, it ended up short. Remember, they picked it up.
Oh,
we
yeah,
looked like
okay.
a bunch of, young
That was the field goal, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
But you're talking about the extra point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's perfect on the extra point so far.
here you go again. But,
You jinx him, right?
He's going to be good. But he
Yeah.
works hard, and Trent Cooper, the snapper, doesn't get much publicity till he makes a bad snap.
Right.
But he's doing a good job. Really, Paxton Potter came in punting the other night, did a great job punting it away. That guy had run back a punt every game. I think he had run back for a touchdown every game. So
Yeah.
we want to make sure that we got the maximum distance you could get out of our punts, but don't punt it to him. And Paxton came in, did a good job. So, we're excited. Got homecoming this week, so you're a little nervous about all the distractions and things going on. It's the 6 weeks, and we got grades and got to get our grades up and pass, and a lot of variables.
This week, and then you get a bye week. So, I mean, you kind of, if things go well Friday night, boy, that really, and then you get a chance to kind of stop and catch your breath a little bit.
Yeah, and let some of those bumps and bruises heal,
Yeah.
and get the kids rested, get the coaches rested. It's a grind this time of year, and you get tired just like the kids do, and you're running on fumes, and so you get a little week off. But it's just going to be important that we finish this week off with a victory and get to 1-1 in district.
How do you decide those bye weeks? Did the district just kind of turn
Oh,
out
there's
that
a
way?
draw.
A draw.
You
right?
have a draw. You do a draw.
Because you have an odd number of teams in the district, right?
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Not everybody can play every night.
And so you have a draw, and you draw numbers, and that determines who you play which week and when you get your bye week and stuff like that. So it's just the luck of the draw, and it works out pretty good. You like having them right before you start your district play and try to get everybody healthy for that, but you just got to get lucky on your draw, and we'll just live with where ours is.
But this could, knock on wood, if things go well Friday night, could work out great, because chance to catch your breath, and then the final 4 games of the year, you'd need to win 2 out of those 4, get in the playoffs.
Yeah. So that's what we're looking forward to. And the kids out there, I got a feeling they're going to show up today ready to go to work, knowing you didn't lose to some slouch. You lost to a really good football team, and hopefully, like again we talked about Saturday, is you just got to understand, if it'll get it through their thick heads, that if we don't turn it over, we can play with anybody. And so we just got to determine to do that.
What kind of game do you expect Friday night with North Mesquite?
Well, it's probably going to be a war. They're 4-0, got a lot of confidence. They run the ball, so they're going to be physical. Defensively, like I said, I tell you what, they just fly the football. They're not that big defensively, but they just get to the ball and tackle good. So they're going to play a little cover 2 look, and secondary wise, I hadn't seen them give up a whole lot of deep balls, but they've given up a few. So we're just going to show up, don't turn the ball over, and fight for 4 quarters, and I think we'll be fine.
Red Raiders again, district game number 2. First district home game is Friday night at Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. 7:30 kickoff against North Mesquite. And again, it's homecoming. The Red Raiders deserve and need your support. Plus, all the fun stuff around homecoming this week should make the Friday night game at North Mesquite a fun one to attend at Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. Hope to see you out there. Red Raiders and North Mesquite coming up Friday night. Again, 7:30 kickoff at Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium at Earl Campbell Field. For Coach Piske, I'm Bill Coates. Thanks for joining us.